Thank you, Jaspreet.
Yeah. International Women's Day has been around over for 100 years, as many of the issues still impacting women's advancement. Since 1911, IWD belongs to all who care about women's equality, celebrate women's achievement, raise awareness about discrimination, take action to forge gender parity. Imagine a gender equal world, a world free of bias, stereotypes, and discrimination. A world that diverse, equitable, and inclusive. A world where difference is valued and celebrated. Collectively, all we can accelerate action, which is this year's theme. मुस्कुराकर दर्द भुलाकर रिश्तों में बंद थी दुनिया सारी हर पग को रोशन करने वाली वो शक्ति क्या नारी Happy Women's Day. So to celebrate Women's Day, we have esteemed panelists with us. So let us introduce our panelists. We have with us Dr. Manuka Khanna, Pro Vice Chancellor, Lucknow University. I welcome Pallavi ma'am to kindly introduce Dr. Manuka ma'am.
A very good morning to all of you. It's my honor and privilege to welcome Professor Manuka Khanna ma'am, a distinguished academician and administrator, currently serving as Pro Vice Chancellor and Dean of Recruitment and Assessment at the University of Lucknow. With a career spanning over 3 decades, she has made significant contribution to the fields of political science, having previously held the position of head of the department at the university. She specializes in international relations, Indian foreign policy, and women's political participation with a strong research background in Indo-US relations. A recipient of multiple gold medals for academic excellence, Professor Khanna has guided numerous PhD scholars in diverse political science domains. She has authored several books and research articles contributing to national and international academic discourse. As a dedicated mentor, she actively supports students in competitive exam preparation and professional development. She has also been a visiting professor at the Institute of Women's Studies, highlighting her commitment to gender studies and policy research. Beyond academics, Professor Khanna has played a crucial role in administrative and community service initiatives, including leading relief efforts during the COVID-19 pandemic. Her vast experience and expertise make her an influential voice in higher education and policy discussion. We warmly welcome you, ma'am, for joining us in the today's panel discussion.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So we welcome Professor Manuka Khanna ma'am. Now we have our next panelist, Dr. Shridevi Sira ma'am. Shridevi Sira, she is the Vice President Partnerships of Smart Bridge with over 20 plus years of demonstrated history of working in education, management, skill building areas. A transformational leader with a proven track record of developing and implementing strategic partnership. She is known for her innovative strategies to engage learners and motivate them to succeed. She has exceptional capability in curriculum designing and integrating industry programs into academic framework. She has served on various academic boards and higher education council and contributed in curriculum redesigning at state level. With this, I welcome Shridevi Sira ma'am. Amongst esteemed panelists, we have profound and eminent member Dr. Smita Sharma ma'am. I welcome Kirti ma'am to kindly introduce her.
Dr. Smita Sharma ma'am has more than 13 years of experience in teaching, research, and leadership. Ma'am has served as an associate professor at Amity University and has a specialization in wireless sensor network and emerging technologies. She is now the chair of Women in Engineering IEEE UP section and Member Executive Committee IEEE UP section. Presently says Business Development and International at NILIT, Greater Noida. Her academic contributions include excellent journals, books, and research papers. She has also organized high-profile IEEE conferences. Dr. Sarma is a dedicated mentor and academic leader. We are delighted to have her with us today, and we are looking forward to her valuable insights.
We welcome Secretary ma'am to kindly introduce Dr. Meenakshi Memoriya ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. It is my absolute honor to welcome Dr. Meenakshi Memoriya ma'am to this distinguished panel discussion. She currently serves as a professor at College of Computer Science, King Khalid University, Saudi Arabia, and is also a guest faculty member at Uttarakhand University, India. With over 18 years of teaching experience in esteemed institutions, her research interest includes machine learning, grid computing, systems, data structures, etc. And IEEE senior member, she has played key leadership roles in the IEEE UP section, including executive committee member and chair of that section in Uttarakhand. She has received prestigious awards, including the Outstanding Section Volunteer Award, IEEE UP Section 2022, and the Research Excellence Award 2021. Today, as we celebrate the achievements and contributions of women worldwide, we are privileged to have her insights and perspectives on this esteemed panel. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Dr. Meenakshi Memoriya ma'am.
We welcome I request International
Hello, ma'am. It's an honor to welcome Dr. Vijayashree N. Khetkar ma'am to our panel discussion on Empowered Women Empower the World. Dr. Khetkar is a distinguished academician with over 18 years of experience in computer science and engineering. She holds a PhD from Symbiosis International University, Pune, and currently serves as an assistant professor at the Symbiosis Institute of Technology, a senior member of IEEE, and an active advocate for women in technology. She has made a significant contribution to artificial intelligence, machine learning, and Internet of Things. With over 60 research publications, 3 patents, and several funded projects, she has played a vital role in academia and industry collaborations. Beyond her research, she has mentored numerous students, led consultancy projects, and organized international conferences and faculty development programs. Her passion for innovation and commitment to education make her an inspiring figure in the field of technology. We are delighted to have her with us today, and we look forward to your valuable insights. Welcome, ma'am.
We welcome you, ma'am. Smita ma'am, she has joined now.
Yes.
So we welcome ma'am. To celebrate Women's Day, we have IEEE ma'am. We have a very notable and senior IEEE member, Professor Neelam Srivastava ma'am, with us. She is the moderator for this panel discussion. I request Pallavi Pant ma'am to kindly introduce her.
It's my absolute privilege and honor to welcome Professor Neelam Srivastava. She is a senior IEEE member and branch counselor, IEEE Student Branch, IIT Lucknow. She is a distinguished professor in Electronics and Communication Engineering Department at IIT Lucknow. She has served as the founding director of REC Kannauj and chairman of the ISAC cell. She is also an alumni of IIT BHU. Her research interests span RF and microwave engineering, optical communication, cognitive radio networks, wireless communication, and microstrip antenna. With an impressive track record of supervising PhD and MTech thesis, She has authored numerous research papers and made a significant contribution in the field. We welcome you, ma'am, as a moderator for the panel discussion today.
Thank you so much. Very warm welcome to all the beautiful ladies and gents present here. Because this empowerment of women is not complete without the support of men. So we want men to be present in all such programs. So I welcome all the male students and the faculties who are present here on this very special panel discussion on empowered women empower the world. पुरानी कहावत चली आ रही है कि अगर माँ पढ़ी लिखी है तो वो पूरे अपने सारे बच्चों, अपने हाउसमेट सभी को वो शिक्षित करती है. सो उसी थीम को ध्यान में रखते हुए हम लोगों ने ये टॉपिक चूज किया कि जो महिलाएं थोड़ा एम्पावर हो चुकी हैं, थोड़ा पढ़ी लिखी हो चुकी हैं, वो किस तरीके से वर्ल्ड को एम्पावर करने में कंट्रीब्यूट कर रही हैं. We are when we start thinking of this panel discussion, we plan the panelists as some from education side, some from industry side, some from different state, and some, if possible, from outside India also, to see the scenario of how women are getting empowerment, what are the challenges they are facing, what are their life story to come to this position. So all those things we had in our mind, and keeping that, we had a very good panelist for the discussion today. On behalf of IEEE Student Chapter and Y Affinity Group, I welcome Dr. Smita Sharma as Vice Chair of UP Section. She is one of the very energetic young lady of our UP Executive Committee. And I am seeing that since last 1.5 years, the Women Chapter is, Women Affinity Group is growing and doing so many activities. So congratulations, Dr. Smita, for your effort.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
We have with us one of our very senior panelists, who is Pro Vice Chancellor of Lucknow University, which is one of the very prestigious university of today, with very good NAAC accreditation, NIRF ranking. And the role of ma'am is very much instrumental in getting all those ranking. I am seeing her since 2-3 years, and she is of very humble nature and doing her job very sincerely. So I think that she is from university. So I invite Manuka ma'am first for this panel discussion. And ma'am, I want to ask your personal story, because we all, myself also, are from a very old time when it was very difficult for a female to go even for the science study. So what to talk of empowerment and what to talk of other things. So ma'am, I want to ask to share your personal story or experience that shaped your journey as an empowered woman. Manuka ma'am, over to you. Are you listening us? Oh, I welcome Director Sir, who has joined us in this panel discussion. So I welcome Director Sir, Professor Vineet Kansal.
Madam, namaskar. In fact, all the panelists who are there, and it's a great initiative. I could see, a lot of activities which are happening in a different domain of the walk of life. And apart from professional endeavor, women are coming forward. The professional women are coming forward, to take care of the underprivileged children. The recent activity, is a very, very good initiative. And I think what to say, I think it is not the day on Women's Day, we are going to celebrate Women's Day. Women's to be celebrated, their dignity and their respect is to be celebrated throughout the life. I think the mankind is indebted for the women, and without women, there is no nature, there is no humanity. So these are, just my thought on this. And but the point is, I think the speaker which you are requesting, she has just left, I believe. You please check. I think one of the volunteer, if you can check, please check. And I extend my all best wishes and look forward to the great initiative. All best wishes. Good luck. Thank you, madam, for inviting me.
Neela ma'am, you are on mute.
तो मैं सर आपको इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे all the females who are here to do best what we can do. So thank you so much on this occasion to you being a head of our institution to motivate all the females. Whatever small we can do, you always support us. So thank you so much, sir, for your kind you can say words as well as your kind gesture. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So I think Manuka ma'am is joining again. So in the meantime, I will invite Sri Devi for another question as one of our industrialist panelists. She belongs to an industry. So because to have name in industry is even more challenging as to have name in our academia. So your question is, what challenges have you faced as a woman in your field and how did you overcome them? Shri ma'am.
Well, thank you so much, ma'am. And best wishes to all the wonderful women here and all the men who make the women so feeling wonderful. So, if we look at challenges are there in every field, whether we talk about academia, whether we talk about a domestic front, whether we talk about industry, any place we see, challenges are definitely there. I personally, I'll go back to your previous question. I come from, a family of about 17 sisters, 17 cousins of mine. Amongst all of them, I take pride that I am the first and the only person who studied anything beyond 7th standard. In our houses in those days, it was not really encouraged for us to go ahead and do any study. But then there are always men who walk this journey along with the women. And the first man who walked this journey for me was my dad. And he said, okay, if she wants to study, let her go ahead and, study. Throughout the journey, yes, there've been so many women, so many men who actually contributed to, the status or whatever little accomplishment that I see in my career and growth. Now, moving to the second part of it, in the industry, what kind of challenges do you face? Yes. It's normal and natural for us to be a little taking the back seat and thinking that, okay, let somebody else do it. And, initially about 4 years of my career, I've always taken the back seat and I've always thought, let somebody else do it. And I've always shouldered it for them. In the 4th year, I realized, if you are taking the back seat forever, you will remain in the back. So I started voicing out, I started going forward in terms of sharing in the boardrooms what I really feel about any particular topic. And when you start breaking those shackles, you will actually see that it's very encouraging. It's not a field that it doesn't allow you to do it. It's just that you need to stand up for yourself. Another thing that I see most women struggling to come forward in terms of facing these challenges is they're not able to prioritize. there's so many things which come and fall in our plate that it is really very challenging for them to prioritize what comes first and what comes next. And everybody talks about, balancing things. To me, I don't think it is about balancing things. It is about prioritizing the things. And I have seen that, if you prioritize your things, you have a scope for each of the activities that you want to do in your life. And, it paves the way ahead for you. And I started, as a counselor who did not know much about IT at all. And in the same organization, when I stepped out as a regional industry collaboration head. That's been the journey that I had seen in the first, IT sector job that I picked up for myself. Today, as you all know, I'm working for SmartBridge, which is actually bridging the gap for the talent and the supply requirements which are there. And it gives me immense pleasure that I'm working for a cause in terms of shaping India to what it wants to be or what it can be in future to come. The biggest demographic dividend that we have, we are shaping the future for them. Back to you, ma'am. Ma'am, you're on mute.
Thank you so much, Shri, for enlightening us with your great journey and your experience. I'll come back again to you. Now it's the time for our one of the very energetic, as I mentioned, Dr. Smita. She is leading the women chapter of UP. Second question, or the important question for you, Smita. What are some key steps society can take to empower women and create a more inclusive and equitable world? We talk of equity, so because you belong to a younger generation, so this question for you.
So thank you so much, Neela ma'am, and it is a privilege to be in this panel discussion with so many beautiful and intelligent females. And to start with this question, I'll correlate with my peer panelist, Sridevi ma'am. She said that when she wanted to study, her dad supported her. So the first point comes to the education and skill development of the women in the society, because I'm working with National Institute of Electronics and Information Technology, and this is the skilling arm of the government. So I have been seeing here that how the government is helping the females for skill development. I'm not talking about the higher education, not BTech, not MTech, not PhD, or not any higher education, but the basic skilling which is required in education. So it comes to the STEM or the technical training in which we can support the women in science, technology, in mathematics, or in any other area where we can get scholarships, mentorship, and there are many learning opportunities from the support of government. So we know that there is Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, stand-up schemes, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, national schemes for initiative for girls, and secondary education is also there. Then skill mission is there. So government is doing day by day much initiatives for the women, but we need to bring them up. Women are in their home cooking, doing households, but they are not thinking of themselves. So the initiative which we should take, we should guide them. Even by working at your home, you can guide them to get a basic skill education so that she or he can she can teach her kids to be a better person in the society. Likewise, if we talk about the higher scale of the women which are into engineering or into any leadership platform, gender diversity in the decision making is very important according to me, and to ensure that women have a voice in the corporate boardrooms, in policy making, in international negotiations. So this is very important in upcoming society. And I have seen in the government, like our group coordinator, we have 5 group coordinators in Ministry of Electronics, and all of them are women. So it makes an immense proud for me that yes, we are doing much better like we did in past 50 years. So we can be the role model and the visibility platform for all the upcoming generation to us. And we are great leaders in media, literature, and public platform. So the task of being an engineer, being at this platform, is to mentor the upcoming generation, that how we can be successful. We need not to fight with the men. We are not competing with them. They are our back support. But how we can upgrade ourselves by being in a professional organization or professional field. So we need to do the mentorship of the upcoming generation. And one more thing I would like to add, that this technology and digital inclusion is making a lot of change in our society nowadays. So closing the digital gender gap, we can improve the access to smartphones, to the internet, to the digital literacy of training of the women. So the school-going female childs, or the college-going female childs, or the any female working at your home, we can train them how to use this digital inclusion correctly, first thing, and using it appropriately for their betterment of the education. So safe online places should be recommended to them. And last thing is the global and local collaboration. Like, there are several NGOs in the partnerships, and we can approach to them if we want to adopt any school or any female working in a village, and we can teach them, we can narrate good things to them, the hygiene thing, the healthcare thing. We can come forward to support them. This is all about, I wanted to say, for the Women's Day session, and I wish all the best to all the ladies here. And one more thing, women in engineering is not only for females, it is also for the male students also, and male faculties also, because tali do haathon se bachti hai. I would like to say, alone men cannot do anything, or women cannot do anything. So when we go together, we can run a good humanity for this world. Thank you so much. Ma'am, you are on mute. Neelam ma'am.
Yes. Moving forward, our next panelist is Meenakshi. And your question, Meenakshi, is how important mentorship creating a new generation of strong female leaders? How important is it, in your opinion? How important is mentorship creating a new generation of female leaders? What do you have?
Okay, can rest of the females can please make switch off their audio? Actually, I am not getting the question very well.
Okay, I'm repeating the question. Anyone else can also talk on this. How important is mentorship in creating a new generation of strong female leaders?
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me. Yeah, I'm able to hear you. Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me for this session. Actually, I think I was disconnected with all the events which was going with IEEE, because earlier I was involved with the IEEE UP section. For many years, I have worked there in India. But now, since 1 year, I have shifted to Saudi Arabia. And now I'm working with the King Khalid University. Thank you so much, Smita ma'am, and the IET Lucknow, who invited me for this session. When I was in India, I was facing so many issues when I was the part of IEEE UP section, not a kind of when we were organizing the events, like if we were involved with so many activities of IEEE. At that time only, we can say that when I entered into IEEE UP section, at that time I was the only female who was the part of executive committee, and I think only I was going with so many men, and there were so many male members who were going with me, and at that moment I was feeling like embarrassing sometime because there was not a single female who was with me and who was just helping me to do anything. But when I was a part of this section, and when we were the part of some events also of IEEE, every male member of the section who just made me very comfortable in all the events, and every time they were just calling me for everything they were doing at different location. Like sometimes they were doing at IIT Kanpur, IIT Triple IT Allahabad, and there are so many places where we have just organized the IEEE meetings and rest of the things. But after that, Dr. Shweta Tiwari, who came into the this executive committee, and earlier she was the chairman of IEEE this group, and I think at least I got one female member at that time. But it is not a kind of, if you are the only female and you are the part of any committee where rest of the members are all males. But I think if you are confident and if you are having so many skills, and if you go anywhere, it means this is the positive thing. So you have to give the leadership role at that time. I think only your confidence can just make you comfortable among all the male members. So even with my past experience, so I realized that I was not the single female. But even the male members, if you are leading for something, it means they will cooperate you, they will support you for everything. So it depends on your confidence also. So you have to be, at that time when I was thinking I should just go back from this committee because I belongs to Dehradun at that time, and it was very far from the UP or the places where we were visiting at that time. But still, I was feeling very good when I was moving at different places, like in Noida. I have moved to different universities for different events. So I think if you are doing something special, please show it to others also. You can lead for something, because when I was a part of this IEEE, earlier I was the subsection chair for this Uttarakhand section. And in Uttarakhand section, I think there were so many less number of IEEE student branches in Uttarakhand region, and it was very difficult for me to increase the number of IEEE branches over there. So at that time, I realized I am the only female, and how I can go at all the places. So even I started to go at different universities in Uttarakhand. I went there and I actually just try to make them aware about what is the benefit of this IEEE student branch. I went to different universities, like ICFAI University, and there are so many other universities. When I don't remember the name of these universities this time. Okay, but at that time, at least the students who I was getting the call from so many students, because I shared my contact number, I shared my mail when I was going at different places. They called me, they have sent me message, ma'am, what is the benefit of this IEEE student? How we can be the part of this IEEE student branch like this? So at least when they were showing some interest, it means I was getting the positive points from my side. At least I was able to convince the students what is the benefit of this IEEE branch. So after that, even some student branches, IEEE student branches also increased in Uttarakhand region. But after that, I was not able to continue this because I shifted to Saudi Arabia. So this was very good experience when I was part of this IEEE executive committee. And I think I realized that if you are the IEEE member, it means you are the part of IEEE family. So you can upgrade yourself. You can do so many things, wonder. So just be confident and just try doing everything. So I'm just saying that if you're doing anything confidently, it means people will follow you. There is no need to convince every people. If they will be looking at you, it means they will find there must be some benefit behind this, so that you are, it means they will try to just follow you. So you will be the leader for that. So this is the best thing. So I think for all the females, don't think you are the single one or you are the part of any committee where you are. There are more than one female or the single female. Don't think about that. Just do, just go with your activity, whatever you are doing, and just do it confidently. So I think this is the main part, which I have. I think it was my earlier experience which I have shared in with the IEEE UP section. So thank you so much. It's I think this lesson I got from the IEEE UP section, and thank you so much for inviting me again. Thank you, Neelam.
Thank you, Meenakshi. You shared your story very nicely. I think this happens with all of us because
Yeah.
you are talking of IEEE. I am talking of when I was going for the entrance of engineering exam. I used to be the single person in this entire center. I used to be the single female candidate who was giving the entrance exam of IIT or Roorkee or something like that. So we feel at one time or other these types of things, and slowly we come forward, and now we are here in a very good number and at many good positions. Females are at now very good positions. You'll see so many vice chancellors, so many doctors, directors, so many good surgeons and all who are female. So thank you, Meenakshi. Again, I will come back to you. Now my next question is with the Vijayashree Khetkar. She's from Pune and with a different environment. So I just want to know that how any organization and workplace create a more inclusive environment for women. How any organization can help women to be more empowered or to be more, you can say, free to work. Like I talk in IIT, it is giving us environment. So how in your organization or in, how an organization should play a role to make the woman empowered? So over to you, Vijayashree.
Hi, and really grateful and honored, truly honored here to be amongst the distinguished panelists. Thank you, Neelam ma'am. Thank you, Jaspreet ma'am. I am from Symbiosis International University. And yes, ma'am, you have really placed a very nice question. Before I answer and move to this question, I would like to add few things that you have interrogated with Dr. Smita or Meenakshi. All brilliant ladies here, beautiful ladies here. I really appreciate the way you have given back to the society and have answered the questions that ma'am has raised to you. So basically, mentorship was one of the previous question that was taken up by Meenakshi. I feel mentorship is required at all the roles that women play. It starts from their kids at home, if we see, then even at workplace, if we see, we have so many hierarchies of work going on. Even the boys that are in the housekeeping need mentorship. There are people around us who might be thinking of having some leadership opportunities, but keeping their back aside so that they can cater to all the responsibilities that they have at their family or other places. So the first mentorship that goes to all the ladies here and my surrounding peers is we should have a nice work-life balance. And to have this balance, we need to prioritize our work. We need to prioritize the work and guide our surrounding ladies in prioritizing the work and giving proper justice to all the roles that we are playing. That is one of the things that we all have been juggling with. And if we prioritize the work, definitely we can do justice to all our roles. We always want 100% in our work wherever we are. It might be at family, it might be at work, any place. So happiness is the goal, and happiness can be derived if we prioritize our work. The second question was about mentorship, and mentorship again is the key to success nowadays. We need to find a mentor, be a mentor, build a network to empower the ladies around us. So together we are stronger, we are wiser. We need to be collaborative, and all the innovations that are going around, networking is the catalyst for the growth of all the innovations around. So the possibilities of having supportive work culture right now is the question that Neelam ma'am you have raised to me. Having equal opportunities and fair policies is one of the things that all the organizations nowadays should look into. Having no gender biases for all the work that is being given. So we need to implement transparent promotion and hiring policies first. Then we should have flexible work arrangements. Flexible work arrangements as in, we all have struggled in our life. Myself, when I got admission to engineering, I was the only lady from my native place, 700 kilometers away in Mumbai. I had selected and I had been merited in one of the women's college, SNDT. And the day of admission, I was only lady who was in the train going for my admission. My father was supportive, but due to some other commitment, my grandfather had expired the same time, so he could not accompany me. So I was traveling to get my admission, and the same day it was raining so cats and dog that the water was chest high. When I got down at Dadar station, I had to travel till Vadala station, that was around a kilometer away from Dadar station. The college was Vijay TI, and I had to travel without a taxi or bus commuting to that place that day. So the first challenge I encountered there itself, the fear.
Yes.
Only a single lady, and in that age, I had to face this kind of challenge wherein for admission nowadays, parents accompany their children. They are thinking of filling the forms, they are thinking of filling the fees for the kids. But at the age when they have gone as an adult, I guess we should empower the kids to do their own things in such scenarios. So I learned a lot out of this one lesson in my life. Then, leadership and career advancement schemes should be there when we are talking about the question that you have raised towards me. So there are a lot of diversities that need to be targeted. The executive boards need to think on the diversities that come up with genders as well. Women have a lot of challenges and they're coming to the workplace along with those challenges, overcoming all the challenges. So when it comes to promotions and hiring policies, we need to be having an empathetic angle, looking at what all the ladies in front of us are doing, because they are the main caretakers of families and the society around you. So if we target the diversities like this, maybe some empathetic angle only is required by having some flexi timings or flexi work arrangements for them. Some ladies might be having small kids, they might be needing to go to the creche in between, and that doesn't need to be done for more than 5 or 6 years in her career time. So some policies of this kind need to be in place and can be thought of if the private universities can provide these things. I think Symbiosis, where I am working on, is thinking on all these fronts right now. We are developing our own creche in the same premises of the university and providing flexibility to the women to cater to the needs of the family as well on time. Okay, so along with work, she is thinking of not hampering the work environment. She is never of that thought. A lady will be always thinking of balancing everything. So helping her out in all her roles is something that I feel is really crucial. So having a supportive work culture, and then encouraging women in STEM, as everyone is talking about. Having scholarships, internships, or some apprenticeships, encouraging having women ladies coming up as JRFs, Junior Research Fellows. Right now I have 2 Junior Research Fellows working with me. I have recruited girl students only for that role because I know the challenges that girls are facing. So strengthening the world around with women around is something that women can always get recognized and contribute a lot to the STEM field. That's all from my side, ma'am. So I guess I could add in something from my side.
I think you have suggested many things which colleges and industry should do for increasing the role and the connect in the industry as well as in the academia. Thank you so much. Again, I will come back to you. Over to Shri again. Shri, the next question to you is, how does
Ma'am, you went on mute.
Ma'am, you're muted. You're muted.
Yes. So I'm again repeating my question. How does women participation in the workforce contribute to economic growth on a global scale? Over to Shri. Are you able to listen my question?
Yes. So this can be categorized into various segments. I'll pick the top 3-4 which come to my mind right now. When we talk about women and their contributions to the economy, women are natural leaders. I'm not saying this because I am one. The capability of women that we see is multifold. You ask them to do anything, they have a very, very strategic approach and a very, very systematic plan to achieve whatever is given to them. That automatically, when they are actually contributing to work, it is very practical and it is very systematic. So that takes away a lot of trial and error kind of situations that most organizations actually face. Now, if you look at any project, IT project which has been coming, the first approach is if you just ask someone who is not a woman to actually go ahead and do it, the solutioning part actually starts. When you give the same task to a woman, this problem ever emerge, and she is not just trying to fix the situation for the current, but also ensures that it doesn't repeat in future. It goes to the root cause analysis part of it. If you look at strategically over the years, RCAs are the things which are naturally done by a lot of time and effort for an organization to think and take forward any of the projects that they have with them. Secondly, when it comes to consciousness of spending the money, the way a woman thinks about it is a lot of rationale behind that. It's not that, okay, I have, $100, I'll go ahead and spend that, and then I'll realize, what is the outcome. They're very, very practical in terms of where am I investing this amount that is available in my hand? How much am I able to save for next project to come to us? And in this, how do I economize or reap the best outcomes for what the people are getting paid for? So in all those angles, when they look at it, they know how to play on the strengths of the people. And thereby it contributes to organizations' growth and thereby for the economy growth for at a national level or at a global level that we look at. Couple of examples, if we look at it, while on one side we say that we don't see many women at the helm, we have seen most of the banking sectors at a great point in time were actually were led by women themselves. So that's precisely the way I look at it. And when the women actually contribute, the strength of that would actually come up. So feel about it, Dr. Neelam. Back.
Thank you, Shri, for enlightening us. The next question is with our Vice Chair, Smita. Because you are part of executive committee, my question is, what are some successful initiative or movements that have significantly impacted women's empowerment, because our IEEE is also doing a lot to empower the women, as well as we can talk of your this thing UGC or whatever, AICT. Everyone talks of so many policies and all. So tell us something about that in that direction.
So, ma'am, first I will talk about our section, IEEE UP section. Yes. It's been 1 year I have been associated with the section in the XCOM. As a member, it's been 5 years now. So, ma'am, initially we used to do events, activities at our own institution. But now at the XCOM level, I can see that in the vicinity of UP and Uttarakhand, there are many females, those who want to come forward. In last 6 months, I have met, I think my contact list has come up to 2,500, and in which 1,000 females are there. And they want to do something, but they are not getting the platform. One thing I have got, one issue I have, they want to do many things. Ma'am, ye karna hai, wo karna hai, ye activity karna hai, hum ye karna chahte hain. But right path to them is not clarified. So being a Y volunteer from section, my motive is to mentor them कि हम क्या कर सकते हैं उनके लिए और कैसे कर सकते हैं. First thing, we are organizing a first Women in Engineering conference in the month of October. This is the best initiative and the opportunity is given by IEEE UP section. So we will be announcing the formal inauguration of this conference, and this is in the month of October. And I would request Neelam ma'am and all the panelists I'll share the invite to all of you that you please attend this conference. And this is the first flagship conference of IEEE UP section. So this section is giving opportunity to the women of our region. And but in this conference, I have floated a Google sheet, and I have got 200 entries that they want to work in a review committee. They want to do the master of ceremony thing. And I was not knowing them. The best part was this, I was not knowing them. Faculties from Bhimtal University and Nainital, Gorakhpur. So women are coming forward and they want to make themselves visible in the society. Sab ghar mein kaam karte hain. Everyone is good at their home, but society mein unka kya standard, they want to come up to that level. So this is what I have found very interesting, and the section is supporting us very, very much. And if you talk about the government, as I already told you, there are several yojnas our Honorable Prime Minister has come up with. Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao is the most significant initiative given by our Pradhan Mantri. And to talk about the safety and security of women, there are Nirbhaya Fund, One-Stop Center scheme, and then there are women helpline also given by our government. So the government is also supporting us, and not only about the technical women, they are supporting us to the women who are skilled in handicraft, like Mahila Heart is a scheme which is a platform given to the women of who want to do come up as an entrepreneur to sell their productivity. Like if any woman is doing handicraft good at home, stitching good at home, they can be an entrepreneur and they can sell their things at a Mahila Heart. And these are the schemes which is given to all the females who are educated, who are non-educated, who wants to stand for themselves. If the woman is earning in the family, she can stand for herself, for the kids, for the husband, for the parents, everyone. So being literate, being educated and earning some amount from them is a good cause for the society, if the woman is doing it.
Thank you. Thank you, Smita, for answering in such an appropriate manner.
We can take questions. Sorry, ma'am. Sorry to interrupt. We can take questions from one of the participants.
Yes,
Altamash.
Yes.
He was having a question. Altamash, can you please unmute yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please turn on your camera also.
Ma'am, actually, I am currently in some informal settings, so I am not comfortable to turn on my camera.
All right, please go
Yes.
ahead with your question.
Ma'am, actually, my question is that from some time I have this curiosity, and I think today is a good time to ask this question. That many times I search about the president list of US, but I never find a women president. So I want to ask, why is it so?
This is one of my question also. That, but Altamash, for you, the answer is at present we have the woman president in India. So we are working in a very, very proactive manner at present. In present scenario, we have our female governor. UP governor is also female, and we have
Yes, ma'am.
female. So may not be US, but if we talk of in India and even in US also, इसके पहले जो आपकी vice president थी, she was female, है ना? So that is there. जितना females आएंगी आगे, जितनी उनकी stories बनेंगी, उतना ही वो motivate कर पाएंगी बाकी younger generation को to take the leadership roles. Altamash, anybody else wants to answer this question?
I would just like to add a couple of things to what you said, Neelam. If you look at, most of the times it's very fascinating for everybody to say that, India is still a developing nation. We are not a developed nation, whereas US is. The striking difference is we already have 2 women presidents with us. That's something that all of us should cherish and say that we are ahead of the curve on that note. When we look at US, of course, there are changes which are happening in the recent times. We see that women are coming to the forefront. And that's the answer that I gave even in the chat window for you, sir. We are talking about a lot of, historical, cultural, systemic challenges that exist in that place. And there's a lot of societal norms which has always been a cause probably for their not seeing too many women over there. And of course, in the recent times, we are changing that this glass ceiling is already broken and there is a dent which has already happened and women have emerged very strong over there. So on the lighter note, let us cherish what we have. Both the UP governor and the president are women for us. So what else do we require?
Yes, true. Very true. The panel discussion is going on in a very, I think, interesting and you can say two-way manner. And we can have more questions from the viewers also. We will answer one by one. And my third, again, the next question goes to Vijay. Vijay Shri.
Yes, ma'am.
How do women empowerment efforts differ across various countries and cultures? As we can say, because we have entrepreneur from the south also and from the Pune also. So we want to discuss something that how from one state to another state, for one country to another country, this empowerment effort differ, and what are the best practices any state is having which we can adopt. The question is to Vijay Shri,
yes.
But I want the experience from others also on this topic.
Thank you for posing this question to me, ma'am. Actually, when I started my teaching role in Symbiosis, I had 37 Ethiopian students coming to the classroom. So 37 Ethiopian students and 16 Indian students in that class. So I could see that these Ethiopian students used to interact with me, but the level of English communication that these students had was not that good. So understanding them first, what they want to convey is one challenge that I used to face. Then slowly they became friends as I like to be more with students, and I tried to understand their culture. We used to have one day where they used to prepare their food, International Foods Day that we call, and there were 47 country students over there. Then slowly I started interacting with all these students there. But what I found is mostly all the women were the ones who were the leaders in cooking that food. Okay, so first gender stereotype that comes here is starting with cooking the basic need of each individual human, that is food. So then we started teaching even in the classes that why not boys cook it for themselves, and at least basic things the boys should learn to cook so that they can survive if no counterpart lady is with them. And yes, that was tried very hard, but slowly they accepted it. And now what I get as a mail or message or a LinkedIn post, the world is based on social media nowadays, right? So all are connected on social media. Someone talks to me on Facebook, ma'am, I have cooked this, ma'am, I am trying to cook that. And then even the boys started cooking and giving me some dishes from their zone. So first stereotype is the gender biases. In such case, we have seen movies like recent movie like Mrs. We have seen movies like Great Indian Kitchen, which was the on the same line. So many things have been talked about there, and we see many of the states as well as regions of India that such things are prevalent, and we need to address them. Being empowered now, we should call ourselves. We have our families who have supported us. There are families still which are not supportive in such scenarios, and that awakening is yet to be done. And that comes as a primary role to all of us who are empowered today, that we see that all the ladies who are struggling to get into careers or developing into careers get all that they are looking forward for without a second thought. They take up all the leadership challenges, take up the roles, and support them in taking up how they can do all other things at their home. So that one thing. And there was a girl, I remember, from Nigeria, and she was like, ma'am, in India we feel a lot very much safe. We are not very safe in our own nation. We cannot move out like this. There could be some tribal male counterparts moving around who can kidnap them and have them as their wives later on. This is what she had told. And still, if we go across countries, there are many things happening like this, and not really everyone is as empowered as we are, and that is the scenario yet in 2025. So it's high time that we can really do something on such scenes and address the issues there. And for that, what we are doing is, in our university, we are supporting all the international students get admission here from all these low poverty regions. And if you see, there are many people coming from all these regions to our college and getting admissions and degrees out of here. So Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is one of the motto that we carry in Symbiosis. The entire globe, the entire world is my family. Looking forward to that. I think many regions can be addressed and many people can be addressed. And let us think how we can take up. We have many more ladies here who can add in their thoughts. The question can be open to all to add in, and we all can have open discussion on all these things, ma'am. These are some things that we really need to think really strong on. Mrs. and all these movies are a very thoughtfully crafted movies, because it is not all the societies that have it, but yet things are there in society happening like this, and that is somewhere ladies take up a second seat rather than coming on the first seat.
Yes. Anyone else want to add in this issue?
Ma'am, I want to add something with Vijayashree ma'am's session. Coming up to a level is the family who supports you, right? If the female is feeling safe for doing something extraordinary or something for herself, it is the family which can support her. So the first thing, the father, husband, son, or any male member who is in your family, or even female, be it your mother, be it your mother-in-law, be it your sister-in-law, if they are supporting you, you can come forward and with many more colors in for the society. So just to educate the male of your family, just to educate the male at your workplace, that we can come up with some good ideas, with some good technologies, and if they are understanding this, women can do wonders. So instead of only doing struggling, we can educate the society that women can do something special for the society, and people will understand this. In upcoming in last 2 decades, I have seen, I'm not very old, but in last 2 decades I have seen that there are many more elevation in women's stature in the society, in women's thinking in the society. So in next 1 decade or 5 years, there'll be a good upliftment going to be in the society. So people are understanding this, males are understanding this, and when we come in the unity, we will do many good wonders.
Yes, definitely. We have one question from Razi.
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, before that, I would like to add that Manuka ma'am has joined.
Oh, thank you so much. Badhiya. So I welcome Manuka ma'am.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry, there was an emergent meeting and I planned for 11 to 12. So because of that, the meeting was scheduled at 12.
Yes. We can understand, ma'am. You are very busy and you are very humble. So everybody will give responsibilities to you. So, ma'am, the first question was we want to start with you. The same question I'm just putting to you. Rather, I will put 2 questions. First is, can you share your personal story, because you are one of the very senior panelists here, or experience that shaped your journey as an empowered woman? And the second question, what policies or initiatives do you believe are most effective in promoting gender equality? Ma'am, because you did a lot of work in gender equality, I know that. So that is why I want to listen to your story, know your story, how you from empowering you become empowered, and what are the policies which promote gender equality. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much. I don't know whether we are already empowered or not, because at some time, getting one position and doing the work, I feel, is making others feel that we are empowered. But quite often, if we are not doing the decision making, then I do not call it empowerment. This is my general statement, not for like myself, but for others. Like sometimes we have ladies who are head of departments, they are deans or they are directors. But if they are not taking the decision or not taking the onus of any kind of work that they are doing, then I don't think that is called empowerment. Because quite often there are people, like in our university also.
Ma'am, can you switch on your camera? Sorry to interrupt you.
I'll just switch it on once I reach my room.
Okay.
I'm in transition.
Yes.
I can switch it on. That's not an issue. You'll be seeing me walking through the corridor. And ma'am knows the corridor. I'm walking back to the office. Actually, there was a meeting which was emergent and had been scheduled at 12. I thought your session is 11 to 12. So I'll be able to do it. But now I've done that my half hour talking there and I'm back in the office. So now the camera will be on.
Yes, sure.
Krishna Shiva. Okay. We are here. Now I can sit and talk.
We are doing the virtual tour of Lucknow University. One of our very beautiful
I wish I could do that. It's really a beautiful place, and for us it is home. So now it's fine. Now we can talk more freely.
Yes, sure.
And what I was saying was that decision making, I think, is what is empowerment. But quite often there are people who are not very educated. They are not very financially sound. But if she's the commanding one, then she is the empowered woman, according to me.
Yes.
And as far as you said, my personal story, I would feel that like we were lucky that we were born in a family where there were everybody supporting our education. Like my father was a doctor, my mother in her age, in the 50s, had done MA English and was managing director of a family business. So she was taking care of a chemicals factory. So that way I did not have to do too much. Like she was already a working woman, so she obviously encouraged that we study. But yes, when we reach after marriage into a new family, then you have to first do it very politely. You don't have to fight, but you have to assert yourself and say, no, I'll keep working and I will be going out also. I will be traveling. I will be doing things in society. So don't worry about it. And I think they trust you. They start trusting you and they start liking the way you are managing both areas of your home and your family office. And then the problem doesn't come. But what I've seen happening in my colleagues sometimes is that when they want that the first day they go and the mother-in-law should respect them because they are working and not give them any work, I think that's where the problem starts. So it's not that I'm not saying that being a good wife, like the TV serials show us, that the sacrificing wives, always giving and working late hours and taking all the burden, then only you are a good daughter-in-law. It is just that if you are ready to work in the office, but also realize the issues of the family, then it makes the life and work balance slightly more comfortable. It's not that it's taking away from empowerment. I don't believe in that empowerment where they say that we are not going to do any work at home. We still, like at least I, for myself, I love cooking for myself still, because I always feel what the maid is making does not taste what I like it to taste. So I still cook. I will still be running my washing machine. I will still be checking on the servant when she's cleaning. Sometimes that I can't do very often because I'm not at home only. Then I can't get the home to my office. So 10 to 5 or maybe 10 to 8 in the night, sometimes I'm not there. So that I can't supervise. But one Sunday I will give for her to clean up the place. So that part of the house duties also I'm doing. I'm also teaching and I'm also doing the administration. It takes a toll on your health sometimes, but you enjoy your work, then it is empowerment. But if you take it like a challenge that I will not do anything outside my office because now I am a big shot and I'm earning money, then that I don't believe that is empowerment. Because empowerment means that we have a choice of what to do and we have freedom of movement. Now, nobody checks me. Like all my fellowships within the country and out of the country, I have traveled alone. There's nobody questioning like whom did you meet? Where are you? Whom did you go out with? That I feel is I have to decide for myself what I'm doing. And if I'm being able to decide that and nobody is checking me, I think I'm free enough. But yes, at times when I need advice, I have my in-laws, I have my husband and even my son. He's the biggest advisor. He is always giving me all his advices because I don't have a daughter. So if she was there, probably she would also be advising me. But they know at the end she's doing what she wants to do. She's not going to listen to any of us. So that I think is something which I got confidence after years. Because when we came straight after marriage, we were in a very protected kind of atmosphere in our homes. It was women's studies classes where we used to talk of other people and say that, see, this is empowerment. These are the indicators of empowerment. That's what I teach in the Institute of Women's Studies. So I used to teach them what are the indicators of empowerment. And when you used to measure yourself, you used to feel, I'm not fitting into it. But gradually, once you have the confidence that I can travel anywhere, I can decide and buy something. I mean, I know what is my limit of taking a risk. I'll take this much. I won't say that, okay, at 2 o'clock, I'll be sitting in a pub and having a drink. I mean, no, I don't like that. It's just not my choice. If somebody believes that that is empowerment, fine. You can do that. I mean, if it's your choice. If you're doing it out of compulsion, then it's wrong. So, like, story for us is not, I mean, I don't think I have any big success story. We studied hard under the supervision of parents who wanted us to do whatever we wanted to, but we educated enough to be on our feet. Even if you go into school teaching, we don't mind. But the stars were good, reached the university, and this is now 35 plus years in the university as a teacher. So and gradually we learned. We moved, like I think every kind of job, most of us are teachers here in the group, and some students who are probably aiming to be teachers. We have to do every kind of work. We have coded copies, we have done examination conduct, we have done result supervisions, and we have gone into proctorial boards or maybe seminars, workshops, organizing them. I think everything teaches us a little bit. Just like it teaches the boys, it teaches the girls too. So from girls, we turn into women and we turn into old women like me. And then we can give advice to the younger ones whom I see sitting there. Do what makes you happy. I think that's what is empowerment. Something which gives us satisfaction. Somebody would say that, why don't you apply for vice chancellorship? I'll say, no, I don't want it. Because that is to connect. I enjoy my teaching. So I feel this is empowerment. It's a bad job. It's just that it should suit you. It's not that the women are not doing it. Maybe for them, empowerment would mean getting the vice chancellor's job or becoming a political leader. It should suit our temperament also. You should, have your own priorities set. And if we can decide our own priorities, I think that is the best measure of empowerment. And I'm happy where I am. So I feel that that is my threshold crossed now. But we have a lot of young ones here.
Thank you so much, ma'am. बिल्कुल ग्राउंड वाली चीजें आपने बताई हम लोगों को कि अपने थ्रेशोल्ड को ध्यान में रखना चाहिए हमेशा. डोंट लाइक मैं तो बोलती हूँ ना कि भाई मुझे हर समय झांसी की रानी बनने whenever I go for some address I always say हर समय झांसी की रानी बनने की जरूरत नहीं है. अगर नॉर्मल तरीके से काम चल रहा है then why to do that. पर इसका ये भी मतलब नहीं है कि कभी भी हमें झांसी की रानी बनने की जरूरत नहीं. जब वो लास्ट ऑप्शन हमारे पास बचे कि अब इसके अलावा हमारे पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है then we have to fight. Otherwise we should do our work in a positive environment, in a healthy environment. That is more important.
That's actually when you're friendly, then people listen to you more. हाँ,
yes.
when they get वो गलत काम करेंगे तो हम भी उनके साथ फिर वैसे ही होंगे. Rather than aggressive, it is better to be assertive. और जब जरूरत पड़े तो अग्रेसिव तो होना ही.
जी 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 जी
चलेगा ये.
बहुत बहुत अच्छा लगा आपसे सुन के मतलब आपका व्यू जान करके. और चूंकि हम लोग एक ही टाइम के हैं तो हम लोग उन्हीं चीजों से गुजरे हैं कि हाँ भाई ऐसे कैसे करना है, पॉलिसीज में कैसे जाना. बट अभी यंगस्टर्स जरूर डिसीजन मेकिंग कर रहे हैं. दैट आई एम सीइंग दैट दे आर डूइंग इट. अभी मैंने एक AKTU में एक प्रोग्राम हुआ था महिला सभासद एंड महिला प्रधान पे. तो मैंने ये क्वेश्चन किया था वहां पे. आई वाज वन ऑफ द पर्सन जिसने इस प्रोग्राम को पूरा ऑर्गेनाइज किया था. So then I asked many Mahila Pradhan. So they were saying the same thing what you are saying, that हमारे husband ने हमें ये बताया कि ये भाई बोलना है, ये करना है करके ये डिसीजन लेना है, और हम लोग कर रहे हैं. और इसी पर अभी एक आपका वेब सीरीज भी चल रही थी जिसमें वो महिला प्रधान थी, कोई नाम बताएगा अभी मुझे. 2nd 3rd उसका एपिसोड आ चुका है नेटफ्लिक्स पे.
पंचायत मैम.
हाँ, पंचायत. So that also talks of a woman प्रधान, and जिसका पूरा कंट्रोल जो था वो मेल पे था, एंड धीरे धीरे उसको भी देखिए ट्रांसफॉर्म होते उन्होंने दिखाया है कि धीरे धीरे शी स्टार्ट टेकिंग डिसीजंस. सो अभी ये आएगा, पहले तो थोड़ा हम आगे आए और फिर डिसीजन मेकिंग आएगी. इट टेक्स टाइम. जैसे कहते हैं ना, गुलामी से आजादी आने में कई डिकेड्स लग जाते हैं, वैसे ही महिला को भी सशक्त होने में और अपने हिसाब से सशक्त होने में आई थिंक we are on the right path, but we have to go काफी सारे बैरियर्स को अभी हमें क्रॉस होना बाकी है. सो थैंक यू मनुका मैम, आपने इतने बिजी शेड्यूल के साथ हमारे साथ जुड़े. आप लास्ट क्वेश्चन मैं करूंगी हमारी वन ऑफ द पैनलिस्ट, दैट इज विजय श्री से हम बात कर चुके हैं. वैसे तो इसका जवाब कोई भी दे सकता है. That is, जो हमारे what impact have female leaders had on shaping policies and global development. जो अभी आप बात कर रहे हो उस पे ही आगे चर्चा करते हुए any one of you can answer this question, that what impact have female leaders, that is head of state, CEOs, activists, had on shaping policies and global development? Anyone?
We can have Ma'am Vani ma'am. She is also there.
Yes, Vani. Yes, welcome Vani on this panel discussion. If you want to answer this question, please come forward.
She is good.
Raji ma'am, am I audible to you?
Yes, anybody is answering, or we can move to some other question to Meenakshi ma'am.
Ma'am, if you allow.
Yes.
So, ma'am, there are many women leaders who have changed the political leaders are there. Those who have changed the policies. Like if we talk about Indira Gandhi, she was our first female prime minister, and she was known for the economic and political reformation of India, which comes under Green Revolution. And Neela, ma'am, you are the perfect point of contact for the green electronics and green revolution in the industry of technology. Likewise, Kamala Harris in USA, she was the first female vice president, and she advocated for the racial and gender equality. So there are several females, like Yusuf Malala is there. She won the Nobel Prize for educating the girls' education. So there are several policies coming every day, every year by most of the female leaders, and they are working in a government organization and a private organization both, and they are working as an activist for the noble cause, for the education of the women, for the empowerment of the women, and for the safety and the rights initiative of the women. So these are the leaders who are making policy changes of the country of India or any other country. So this is the initiative of women leaders.
Yes. Very correct.
Yeah. Ma'am, I would like to add a little.
Yes, sure, Vijayashri.
So previous question we had for US presidency, right? So even in India, if we go, we have rightly said by Dr. Smita Sharma, Indira Gandhi, our first female prime minister. As she has pointed it out, green revolution policies were led by her.
Yes.
1971 war, she was one of the thought leaders. Currently, we have our current finance minister, Nirmala Sitharaman ma'am. Then Sushma Swaraj ma'am, who used to be our external affairs minister. Mm-hmm. All these ladies have actually been very instrumental and have drafted various policies in their domain, and globally also they have been impacted. Apart from that, even in Maharashtra, if I am belonging to Maharashtra as a state, we have Pratibha Devi Patil, who has been the first woman president of India. She was from Maharashtra and she really advocated for women's rights. She advocated for education. She advocated for rural developments, because she herself was from a very small region called Daryapur, and it was a taluka place. And then she thought over all the rural development angles also, and laid down some of the policies during her tenure for all these angles. Then in the history also, many ladies like Rani Lakshmibai, Ahilya Devi Holkar, all these ladies have also marked a lot many things for women to look after and have an inspiration from. So that's from my side. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Vijayshri. Last question of this panel from my side to Meenakshi. We are listening so many taglines nowadays. Me Too taglines, she, he for she. Like that, time to time, we are getting so many taglines to have the awareness of various women-related activities, or to oppose certain bad things happening. Maybe you can say the rape case or something like that. So we do have many times we have a good role of social media to bring this awareness. So in continuation to that, I want to have some inputs from Meenakshi. What role do social movements play in raising awareness and driving change? Can you give an example and then the impact of that? Over to Meenakshi. We are already. Meenakshi, are you here? By the time the question can be taken by any one of the panelists, maybe Manuka ma'am or maybe Smita.
Ma'am, I'll take it.
Okay.
So actually social media is transforming women empowerment, and yes, these platforms are a voice for women. Maybe they are having a global community as well, and it is also raising some adverse sides also. Some are taking it negatively, some are taking it positively. So campaigns against gender-based violence or workplace discrimination have led to policy changes worldwide because of such social media transformations. And yes, I think they are helping a lot.
Nirbhaya case is one of the big examples.
Yeah, it is helping a lot.
So
that's my perspective after all.
Yes, Jaspreet, you want to add something? Okay, so this was the last question from my side.
Ma'am, myself, Divya Sharma, want to add a very small point in this.
Yes, please.
2000. Okay, ma'am. Yes. Good afternoon, all the panelists and all the women and all the members, male or anyone present here in this. I just want to add one thing. It was the Me Too movement which took it took in fire in late 2020s, and Tanushree Datta started it, and it was all about the Bollywood. So many other females of the Bollywood who gone through any kind of get victims of different conspiracies or anything. So just as a reply of ma'am question, the Me Too movement was, ma'am, one of that in the social media. Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Now
we can take Yajna Senis ma'am's view. She's there.
Okay. Yes, welcome, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. Yajna Seni, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Kindly turn on your camera if it's possible. I hope you are listening to this discussion.
Yes, it's a wonderful session, actually.
Yeah, ma'am, like kindly please, if it is visible with you, please add your inputs into it.
There are so many, actually. I think I should learn from them. What I'll give I'm just starting phase of my career, and I am very happy to join in this panel session, and definitely it will impact in my career also, and I'm learning from this.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
So, in the last phase of this panel discussion, thank you all panelists who were here and give your wonderful suggestions, ideas, learning to all the viewers. I just want to inform that we have launched yesterday YouTube channel also for IEEE branch. And this is the first session which is live there. And these recordings will be there on the YouTube also. So we are doing efforts to make this IEEE visible to the entire world. And we are doing very, very small steps in these directions. We keep on doing programs as well in near future. The last takeaway what we can say is what we have discussed so many things here, and the progress what we are doing day by day, whatever thing must be of sustainable nature. As the environment is to be sustainable, our think tank, our policies, our mindset should also move towards the sustainability. It is not only the physical world is to be sustainable, our mental health, mental world should also be of sustainable nature, है ना? It should not be that आज कुछ सोच रहे हैं, कल कुछ और सोच रहे हैं. So we have to be think in a sustainable manner to achieve whatever be institute. We have to start working. If we want to be a good researcher, we have to start working in that direction. So it is like that. And as it was the view of the Manuka ma'am, that हम किस तरीके से समर्थ हैं, ये हमारा अपना सोचना है. हमें जब लगता है कि ये करके हम अपने आप को मान रहे हैं, that we are empowered, so we are empowered. It is like that. जैसे मेरा भी अपना कहना रहता है कि जो एक फोटो आती है हर समय, कई बार आती है जो वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट में, जिसको मैं बिल्कुल मानती नहीं हूँ कि भाई हमें लैपटॉप भी लेके चलना है, हमें खाना भी बनाना है, हमें साइकिल भी करनी है, हमें अपने पीस पे ध्यान देना है. We have to do whatever we can do, है ना? We are not superwoman. We are a normal person beings. We are neither a goddess जो बना देते हैं लोग, and we are neither a superwoman. We are a normal person. In this normal life, what extra we can do, what different we can do, will add good inputs in our society. So with that words, I thank you all for being here. This panel discussion goes, I think, 1.5 hours or quarter to 2 hours. So thank you all. It is because of you people this program goes well. In one of the discussions on the panel, we were talking of Kavya Sammelan, है ना? Some of persons were of that view to have काव्य गोष्ठी. तो अगला जो प्रोग्राम हम करेंगे वो कुछ काव्य गोष्ठी वर्चुअल प्लेटफॉर्म पे ही जाएंगे, कुछ होली मिलन के साथ हम सोचेंगे कुछ काव्य गोष्ठी का करने का. We will share Google Forms with you all and details with you all for the next upcoming programs. As we know, in every colleges, so many programs on the women empowerment and women related things are going on. So once again, thank you so much. Anybody else wants to say? You are most welcome. Otherwise, formally it is over.
Ma'am, before we end the session, I would request everyone to please put on their camera so that we can have a group photographs virtually.
Yes.
I'm requesting all the participants to please put on their cameras and we are having a group photograph.
So Neelam ma'am, I would like to add one thing.
Yes, sure.
So as a representative of IEEE UP section, I'm motivating every college, every female to come up and host these kind of events. And the motive of hosting these kind of event is, first thing is networking. Right. So in this panel discussion, I came to know many more people. So networking comes up with some new discussions, with some new highlights, what we can do together. And hearing Manuka ma'am was a privilege. She is a very senior professional to us, and we have learned a lot from them, telling this to give priority to yourself. Women empowerment is another thing, but priority to yourself makes you happy. And when you are happy, you are going to do many more things in your life and to others' life also. So thank you, Neelam ma'am, for organizing this such a good panel discussion. And we will again meet in some Kavya Goshti, as you mentioned.
Yes.
Thank you all very much.
Okay.
So once again, thank you for being the part of this meaningful occasion. We look forward to another collaborations and opportunities to celebrate progress and empowerment together. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.